watching this program. A, arrest people and lock them up so that people know that they can't fiddle with the system. B, deregularize BCCI in its present form. It cannot be registered as a charity trust in Tamil Nadu.
And not pay tax.
And not pay taxes. Number 3, do not have government interference. Don't follow the stupid advice of Lalu Yadav in terms of nationalizing it. But make sure you have a form of self-regulation which is transparent and which is honorable.
I'm going to come to that, but I need to get back to the politics of this. Chandan Mitra, why isn't the BJP making as big a song and dance about the other alleged ministers involved in this whole scam, as it were, as you did about Shashi Tharoor? I'm curious, because there is a theory that because this is something that involves, political parties across the board, there's a little wariness on the part of the BJP to go all the way.
No, I think you are again prejudging. I don't think anything of this kind has happened.
I mean, Lalit Modi's links with the BJP are well talked about.
No, with one person.
You see, so
senior BJP leader.
Lalit Modi has nothing to do with the BJP. BJP has nothing to do with Lalit Modi. Let me be absolutely categorical on that. For individual relations are a different matter. Now, but as far as, I need to refute what Dr. Singhvi also said, that there's a discrepancy in the BJP's position on the NCP ministers. This is not true. We've been extremely critical of the NCP ministers and the wrongdoing, if any, on their part. What I'm saying that there are, nevertheless, suspicions that some people have been singled out and stories have been leaked with an aim of kind of fixing them, because they haven't been playing ball with the government on many occasions. And as far as the BJP is concerned, only today, I think the BJP in Parliament legitimately voiced the legitimate demand for setting up of a JPC to investigate the entire matter, because the matter seems to be getting completely out of hand. Investigative agencies are, leaking more than actually investigating at this point of time. And I think since the entire political class has come under a cloud, it is only in that situation that a JPC must be built, and it must be...
JPC will kill it.
Say something. I need to ask you the political question. No, why is it? And I know you're never going to sit in a TV program and admit that you're going after your own allies. But come on, we've been talking to all of you off the record for days now. There is a problem with the NCP that you have, and there is a perception that you're going after them. You're unhappy with the way Mr. Pawar has...
Let me give you a factual answer and a political answer. Factually, there is an inquiry. The inquiry is being talked about by the finance minister, and it is not anybody's case that there is information coming out about ABC which is being suppressed, and only about XYZ which has been projected. None at all, apart from saying so on television program. There is no discriminatory approach. Political answer, tell me one good political reason. For the life of me, I'm giving you a purely hypothetical political answer. For the life of me, I can't think of one good reason why we should destabilize our own ally. 1 minute, 1 second. Not one, not one. We have had a successful alliance in Maharashtra over 2 terms.
You've also been...
We have a successful alliance in Delhi.
You've been bickering with them lately, and I'll tell you what Congress leaders are saying.
A difference of opinion, a democratic dissent between allies
what
is a
Congress leaders
thing.
are saying today is that this is a chance to teach them a lesson.
I'll give you a simple example.
And you know that
market gossip, it is not convertible into any...
The reason is to show them their place. The Congress is brilliant at that.
Had challenged Sonia Gandhi. Sharad Pawar had challenged Sonia Gandhi. He had opposed her, assent. He had left the Congress party, formed the NCP, and as a result of this, and the Congress is a party with very long memories and a lot of vendetta lies in the blood of the
destabilize.
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break and come back to cricket and try and come back to how we can actually clean up the game, get some questions from the audience. We'll be back. We'll be back. Welcome back on this special edition tonight. We're looking at the mess that is the IPL. And our next question tonight, is there a danger that the government will hijack the IPL? Ajay, I want to know from you, as a cricketer, how do you think this needs to be cleaned up? And is the government stepping in, you think, a solution at all?
Look, I think we all believe that the government doesn't rule the BCCI. I mean, BCCI as a body has existed for so many years and under whatever act that it is. But people who've run BCCI over the 20 years that I've been associated have always changed. The same guys weren't around 10 years ago when, all the match-fixing episode happened. You didn't have these guys at the top. Today, what you have, Mr. Shashank Manohar or Srinivasan, were not even around then. They were not even in the BCCI. You go 10 years even before that in 1989 or when there was another controversy, the other guys were around. To get to the top in BCCI, you have to be the most powerful person. You've got to have the governments supporting you, because every time there's an election, I mean, it's democratic as they say it. It's not a fiefdom by anybody, unlike some associations. You have elections every year. People involved in the BCCI are so powerful. Every state association is run by somebody who's powerful, whether he's a bureaucrat, whether he's a businessman.
How should it be run now? Because this is a chance to change it.
It is no different from how your country is run. In any country in the world, wherever you go, if you go to Pakistan, the Cricket Control Board of Pakistan is run the way that country is run. You go to Australia.
That's not saying much.
No, I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to make a judgment here. I'm not even trying to say what is good, what is wrong.
Adding to what Ajay said, actually, it's important to remember what happened in 2000. That was called the mother of all scams, the match fixing. Yeah. What you're seeing today is the grandmother of all scams. The main point, nothing, as he rightly said, nothing's really changed. So how do you really alter? I mean, let's look to the future. In my opinion, it's about time, firstly, people like Chandan and Abhishek, who represent very, very key national parties, need to come to a consensus that their political leaders should be told to stay off, literally stay off sports bodies. I mean, there is a convenient excuse given that, they need politicians for facilitation. I think it's utter nonsense. I think we are a very professional country. We are getting somewhere in life that can be managed. Abhishek, if I can add a point. I think the way to really sort it out is that today a new BCCI under a new set of regulations should run like a public sector Navratna company. Profitable, sector? You need to deliver. No, so let me add. PSUs, actually, many of them, oil companies in particular, are run very professionally. They have some outstanding
Ask Murli Deora how ONGC is run. Don't give me this crap.
I want to say something.
Nidhi, we have seen the experience with self-regulation. It has been a disaster. If we continue with the existing model and expect people to manage it, you'll have another scam in another 10 years.
Let me get Ajay first. You wanted to make a point.
No, what I'm trying to say is even the last couple of weeks, I don't know what's going on. I've just come back last week. Ever since I've come back, there's nothing to do with cricket. Yeah. Now, even the conversation that you had throughout this program is about which party wants to get after somebody. It is a witch hunt, whether it's the politics, whether
absolutely.
The conversation is always around either the corporate of BCCI, how it's being run, and who's controlling it, what is the witch hunt, where the news are coming out. In an investigation, I mean, not to be defending the government here or supporting, any investigation, you've got to give somebody a time. We all want answers every day, and I think it's a trial by media, and people use these opportunities. The issue of cricket has nothing to do with it at this moment.
Cricket is the conduit for this kind of slander that we have seen. Cricket has been the conduit for making money, because it is something that draws people. It creates... Let me finish. I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. The root cause is we are essentially corrupt in our